All right, guys. Hey, Mike here, CrossFit Goldsboro, podcasting. I've got Coach Reagan Scout Anderson. Sometimes they call her Scouts, plural.
Oh, God.
Great introduction. But Scout, say hello.
Hi, guys.
Cool. We're going off of the same theme that I just got done with Rob Lorman, where we're talking about sacrifices, discipline, a winner's mentality, the mindset that it takes to achieve goals and being successful in life, not just in the gym, outside the gym, talk about all those different balances. But quick introduction on Scout. One of the athletes that she posted a video the other week of us 4 years ago, me showing her how to do bar muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups.
Y'all remember the tank top?
Yeah, Mike Garrett's tank top.
Ugh.
We're bringing it back. I'm
Ugh.
gonna buy a whole bunch of sleazy $4 ones and
Ugh.
rock and roll with them. But taking her from the cross cable machine at a campus rec center to being a elite weightlifter, elite CrossFitter, even better coach, and an awesome person just to be around. She does a ton of stuff for us at the CrossFit Goldsboro gym. Anything from the marketing side to personal training to community outreach, and she's got some big goals in the near future. Some of it we'll talk about, some of it we won't release yet, but it is some aggressive action, cut and dry, no shit type of mentality that she's able to check these boxes off on her goals. There's no fluff. There's none of the gray area. There's none of the maybe. There's none of I'm going to do it twice a week. There's none of I'm going to do it 3 times a week. It's all in, or it's basically in the way. All right, so Scout is the 2019 North Carolina State Champion in the 59-kilo weightlifting class.
Mm-hmm.
CrossFitted 2019, qualified as a team with an awesome team from CrossFit Goldsboro at Wadapalooza in Florida.
Yeah.
Won the burnout. Pretty awesome. This girl barely could snatch and clean and jerk an empty bar when she started with me. I literally had to show her how to deadlift and squat. Showed her all these movements. I got a snatch of her off of blocks. I thought it was going to crush and kill her entire life, and maybe even hurt a couple other people in the gym. It was, that's where we started, and that's where we're at now. So it's just an incredible journey. But what I want to dig deep into is the accomplishment that you made of qualifying for 2020 AO finals, being one of the few, and when I say this, there's probably maybe 10 to 14 girls in your weight class in the United States of America that's qualified to do this. All right, so that is a huge accomplishment. Not only to be able to handle the stress that you put underneath your body from work, that workload that you take on is incredible, and what else you're doing in life. Also, what you put the stress underneath your body to be a hybrid athlete competing in multiple sports. All right, you're good at Olympic weightlifting, you're good at CrossFit, folks. Period. All right, Matt Fraser to you. It's that easy. If you haven't figured that out yet, just get on it. Well, we'll talk about 3-4 years ago at States and where you come to today.
Oh, yeah.
How you've qualified for 2020 AO finals.
Yeah, for sure.
3 years ago at States, I'm going to say maybe almost last place.
Oh, it was bad. It was real bad. It was embarrassingly bad.
Tell us about one of those snatches.
Okay. Thought we were being aggressive. Thought at least I was being aggressive. I was not being aggressive. I might have been a little bit foolish, maybe a little bit cocky. Bad miss. The kind of miss where you hit yourself in the noggin. So bar goes up, and it's not something like now that weight would not be heavy. I think it might have been
video material.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it might have been like 60 kilos maybe, which is like a warm up weight at this point. But bar goes up, bar comes back down, hits me in the forehead. That's the end of the snatch session. Already ugly. I think I went 2 for 6 that day. The only clean and jerk I made was like 70 kilos. Again, something that
bicep curl now?
Bicep, yeah, like it's another warm up weight. Went to 75, and that was the clean and jerk session that I think, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Lit a fire under my ass. Because I left that weightlifting meet and I told myself I was never going to miss 75 again. And I have never missed 75 since then.
Awesome. There's the motivation right there, man. It's a gift. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I talk about that with people all the time. I mentioned this with Rob. I am a tangible person. I can literally meet someone one time and find out character traits about them, good or bad.
Yeah.
I've had so many new members walk in this gym that are CrossFit certified coaches that want to work here. I'm going to say 5, maybe?
Oh, yeah, lots. Tons of them.
4 of them have a shot and 1 doesn't, and that is based off of first impressions.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty simple, and I can go through those character traits, but, that is everything, all right? Mm-hmm. And for someone to have a number like that, a 75 kilo clean and jerk, that is motivation, because there's failure involved with it. I always tell people adrenaline, right? Some of the biggest and best adrenaline rushes and hype energy that you can have is because of fear or of failure.
Absolutely.
So a gun goes off, you find out what kind of person you have sitting next to you. When someone deals with failure, I watch too many grown-ups pout, whine, throw a shitstorm. I am sorry. At that moment, I already know what you're made of. And if you're doing that as a grown-up, not going to happen. For you to say something like that on the podcast, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That moment of failure 3 years ago stuck with you, and hey, it's probably the reason why you qualified for AO finals. You're probably a state champion.
And I'd agree with that statement. I'd agree with that statement because, like I said,
fire in your belly.
Exactly. It lights a fire under your ass whenever you feel like that, especially in front of people, thinking, or at least knowing in your head that you're going to make it because you've got a cocky attitude and not a confident one. And then taking that back and telling myself I was never going to miss that again. Would I put 15 kilos on since then? So, I mean, it I think definitely was a turning point. Awesome. And we all fall in and fall out of it, but and we all know that we get bored and tired. But you go back to it. When you've got something like that, you go back to the reason why you're still doing something is sometimes tedious, sometimes exhausting as training for competitions.
Awesome. Yeah. It's a driving factor for success.
Absolutely.
The fear of failure, of messing up or making a mistake. Don't want to let yourself down, don't want to let your team down, don't want to let your family down. That's some incredible stuff. So 3 years ago, last place at states, going to a state champion.
Not cute.
2019, this happened in November, was the best battle of North Carolina state weightlifting. And if anyone else is listening to this that was at states would definitely agree with me, even if they were on the other side of not winning that battle. Right, Scout?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Fair to say it was a great battle. It was not a good performance from either of our parts, but it was the best battle that either of us could have put on.
The warm-up hall, guys, I'm dead serious, probably had everybody's attention in that. Inside, you guys would take a snatch at the same time. You guys would take a clean and jerk at the same time. I'm not going to say you guys were staring each other down, but that's what it felt like. It felt like 2 lions that were about to come out of the cage, and it was intense. And if people were not used to that, that moment is built for people. And there's moments like that people rise up to, or they do the complete opposite and they crumble.
Yep.
Right? And most of the time, right, it is a gift.
Oh, yeah.
When the challenge is in your face like that, you and another female, and there's other women in your weightlifting class, no knock against them, but you two went head to head. Everyone in that room knew exactly what was going on.
Absolutely.
Me being as your coach, the other coach, there wasn't too many smiles or handshakes exchanged during these intense moments and afterwards. But we had an awesome moment probably 30 minutes after we got done with the awards. Like, hey, man, that was pretty gnarly. Congratulations on both sides. That was one of the key moments of 2019 weightlifting. Really, really cool to be a part of. Yep. Super, super proud of you. Obviously, we came out on side on this time. But, hey, that's got to be fuel for the next one. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? I hate that our state champions from 2019 don't have a chance to defend their 2020.
Yeah.
We're doing it virtual, blah, blah. It feels a lot of CrossFit Open-ish, where you can fudge some scores, try as many times as you want to, no timer, no weigh-in, cheat on weights, whatever, right? It feels a lot like that, hey, you can do this, that, the other. Competition, live, in person, coaching, experience, all of that plays into a live event. And it's just where we're at in life right now. It's 2020. We're going to deal with it, have some fun with it. Some are going to do it, some won't, whatever, cool. But, hey, hopefully for 2021, we got a chance to go back out there, defend some championships, stuff like that. Some really, really cool stuff to be a part of. And other thing we want to talk about is, we're early into this. You started CrossFit 2015.
Correct.
I met you at a cross cable machine, talked you into doing my fitness program. 2017, you start working for me. 2016, you're literally like 30 kilos away from qualifying for AO finals. 2017, we're getting a little closer. 2018, we're 17 kilos off. 2019, of August 2019, we're 11 kilos. We're talking 24 pounds away from just qualifying. February 2020, we hit that number. Literally, it only took us, 4 attempts, right? We get it on the first clean and jerk.
4 attempts, yep.
Yeah. So snatch, clean and jerk, make. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Most people, it might take all 5, might take all 6 lifts to get that done. We did it on the first clean and jerk. Awesome moment. One of the moments, just like Bill Johnson and Rob Lorman, Scott Reagan, you had that in front of the home team. Regardless of what the fans and spectators knew was going on, your team knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Awesome, special moment, and I hope that continues to fuel you, to keep that fire burning as bright as it possibly can. And, we talk about a little bit of periodization.
Yep.
The goal is, hey, you're still expecting to compete in December in Atlanta. Cool, so you're staying sharp. You're staying on top of it.
Yep.
You're pushing the squats. You're very tall for 59. A lot of people are like, Scout's not tall. You don't know weightlifting really well. All right, so Scout shows up as a 55, 59. She's always the tallest one in the room with the longest leggies. Right? Pretty fair statement. We're beating the odds. We're beating the odds every single time that we step out there. So what does it take to get 17 kilos in 2 years, 11 kilos in 1 year, and to get weightlifting lifts to count in competition with locked out elbows, with our elbows locked out and snatches and clean and jerks? I want to talk about some of the disciplines, some of the sacrifices, some of the stuff that you do mentally and with nutrition and sleep and exercise to get yourself ramped up, fired up, to do these things, to have success, to be a winner, not just on a podium, but a winner in life, for fulfillment, for happiness, for joy, right? Some of those things that we get from our work, from our exercise and stuff like that. So discipline, I use this. Discipline is doing what we need, what is needed to be done, even if you don't want to do it. What are some discipline traits, some topics, some items that you do to keep yourself disciplined? What are some things that you've given up, some things that you do to display discipline and keep your butt in gear?
Well, I mean, it goes back to the whole day, entire lifestyle. I mean, it goes as far as the meals I eat, as much as I'm sleeping, the stretching that I do, even like relaxing. Those days are intentional. When I'm chilling at the house, I'm not doing it because I'm lazy. I'm chilling at the house because I've got to let my body rest. So, I mean, typical day, it's going to be wake up, work out, do the best I can. Obviously, we've got our days where we just feel like we suck, but knowing that that's a day. That's a day, and tomorrow's probably not going to be like that. The next day's probably not going to be as bad. And having a good mindset on that, at least, getting through training, making sure that my body's fueled. I've done a lot with nutrition since I started all of this, since I started this whole journey. I've been at 11% body fat and 116 pounds, and I've been 132 pounds and 25% body fat, and I've been all over the map with that, and just knowing where I'm supposed to be and why I need to be there, and being intentional about my meals, being intentional about taking breaks and resting and taking a nap when I need it. So, I mean, There's a lot of things that I don't do because it wouldn't benefit me in the long run. So I try to consider that, at least in some capacity, try to consider what each of my actions is going to do for me long term. I'm not going to stay up till midnight on a night that I know I'm going to have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I need my sleep. We all need our sleep. I'm not going to go crazy on vacation and eat all the meals because I know that it's going to be that much harder to get back in the groove when I get home. I don't drink, usually. I don't drink because it doesn't benefit you. There's no reason, for me at least in my head, for me to drink alcohol unless I'm celebrating. I try not to drink unless I'm celebrating. So
that's a great way to use it.
And alcohol should be for celebration, so I save that for the weekends when something awesome's happened, when I've gotten really good news, when something cool is going on, and I save it for that. I try not to do it just socially, just at night with my dinner. Like I said, all my meals are very specific. I mean, everything I do is for long term. I don't do it for the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to break down a few of those things if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Alcohol, negative side effects of it, guys.
So many negative side effects. You don't feel good.
Insulin, cortisol issues, hormones, imbalanced, fat, loss and gain can alter it either way. All right?
And it can.
Also, increases snacking and cravings, increases inflammation. The whole objective after we exercise is to get our inflammation, cortisone is due to physical or mental, to get that to come down. We can inflame our body with alcohol. So now our knees are a little cranky and inflamed. Our shoulders definitely are after shoulder overheads, split jerks, snatches, pull-ups, you name it. Now we're going to put booze into the system? No. Gut health, horrible for it. Absolutely horrible for it. The insulin response is also a negative. Too much negatives for a, want to be great mentality. I always tell that to people, LeBron James can sip on a glass of wine. I can use some other great names. Wayne Gretzky can have a little bit of wine. I'm using winners who went through a process to get to the top. It didn't include alcohol. I used this with Rob. I said, hey, NFL football camp right now, people are fighting for a job on an NFL football team so they can get a paycheck for their family. It is a life-death situation for them, right? They're doing everything they can. There's probably 7 guys competing for one spot. You ask those 7 guys if they're consuming alcohol on the weekend while they're out there trying to perform at their peak performance levels so they can get a job, stay on the team, don't lose their job. That doesn't happen. Instead of getting an NFL football job, it could look like something that we deal with on a daily basis, lose 10 pounds. Be a winner at a local fitness competition. Lose some body fat percentage. Be better at Olympic weightlifting. Right? All those different things. And then we want to do alcohol on the weekends. No. We can have some fun, a little bit of wiggle room, and a little bit of balance, and a little bit of enjoyment when we hit that success. So if you're hungry and you're being aggressive with your actions, I don't see where that fits in. You fair to say that?
Oh, that's 100% the case. If it doesn't benefit you in the long run, then I see no reason to do it.
Absolutely. I think, it's just, hey, one thing, one podcast, hopefully that hits home with some folks. I told this to Rob, there's only 2 periods in my life where I even consumed it. Most of the time now is in celebration. Sometimes socially, I try not to be rude and say no, but it's one of those things. It's not a part of the routine. It's not a part of the plan. It's not a part of the process. If it's in there, you got to cut it out. Hopefully, if there's a problem with it, it is a drug. People get addicted to alcohol. Maybe if you're at 6 a night, 6 a day, 6 a weekend, it goes down to 2. Maybe you have to go from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 1 to 0 with added water, whatever it might be. Another thing you mentioned is sleep. This is my weakest area. It seems to be a strong suit for you. You said you go to bed at what time every night?
Ideally, I'm in bed by 9, regardless of the night.
Awesome.
the nights that I know I'm going to have to wake up really early, I'm in bed by 8:30. I'm asleep by 9:30, 10, regardless each night. Hopefully
Wow.
before that. I mean, when you're not sleeping, what are you doing? If it's 10 o'clock in the evening and you've got nothing to do at 10 o'clock in the evening, which, let's be honest, none of us do, what are you doing? Watching TV? Scrolling through Instagram? And what is that doing for you?
Productivity
Nothing.
way down, right?
No productivity. You are wasting time when you could be benefiting yourself. But instead, we're flicking through Facebook and like checking what other people are doing.
Great.
And that is
great.
no benefit. There is no benefit to that.
So if we want to have growth and adaptation, we've got to have the rest, right? Because we're stressing
Absolutely.
our body physically and mentally.
And it's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. I can't tell you how many of my clients, I will say, how much are you sleeping? And they're telling me, oh, I go to bed at like midnight and I wake up at like 5. 5 hours of sleep is not okay for anybody. 5 hours of sleep is less than the minimum. Minimum needs to be 7. So
Any tips? Anything that you use to help put yourself down?
Oh yeah, hot shower, lavender, scents, turn off all the lights, listen to soundscapes. I've got podcasts I listen to when I need when I need noise. I've got a fan. I make sure it's cold. The climate in my room is ideal for me. I'm as warm and as cozy as I can get. Very specifically in my bedroom, I will not eat. I will not watch TV. I will not play games. The only thing that I do in my bedroom is sleep.
Awesome.
Make the environment you need.
Great.
So if I need to sleep, I need to make sure the environment is okay for that.
Rewind that, guys, if you need to. That is good stuff, Scout.
Turn the TV off.
That's aggressive action that results to success, whatever. Life, work, fitness, everything else you got going on. While we're on it, we got some nuggets right here. So we went over performance, alcohol, sleep, warming up, cooling down. Go for it.
Okay, so you start working out. You start at a CrossFit gym. You get there, you're not really sure what to do, so you warm up for 30 minutes. It's very unspecific. Let's say that you're going to squat today, but for some reason we're doing pass-throughs. In some cases that could be beneficial, but let's be honest here. It's not really relevant to the movement. So warming up has gotten very specific, which saves me a ton of time. So where a workout would be 3 hours because I'm warming up for an hour of that, workouts are now 2 because my warm-ups take 10 minutes. If I know I'm snatching, I'm warming up a snatch. If I know I'm squatting, I'm warming up a squat. I don't waste my time warming up my pull-ups so that I can do a front squat, if that makes sense. I mean, I think the best mobility is doing the movement you want to be more mobile in. So if I'm going to snatch that day and I have poor snatch mobility, I'm going to put myself in positions that are related to my snatch. I'm going to do overhead squats. I'll do my pass-throughs. I will do overhead presses behind my head. I'm going to be doing my snatch pulls, but I'm not going to go and do 18 rounds of lunges and 24 kettlebell bent over rows and sumo deadlift high pulls when I'm snatching. Very specific.
Warm-up's got to fit the part, guys.
It's got to.
You want a professional approach to fitness, you got to have a professional warm-up and a cool down to go with it.
You're doing too much, you're wasting your time.
If you get done, I'll use Thursday as an example because everyone in my gym knows Team Thursday, we're bringing intensity.
Bringing the heat.
And the timer goes off, we walk to the road and back, we come back, we clean up, and you instantly grab your stuff and hit the door. We're in big time trouble for Friday. Right, we just put our body through a ton of physical stress, probably some end range emotions that you might have been in or out of probably in a little while, and you expect to be able to recover magically overnight. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And it's simple. A cool down could be with a PVC pipe or with an empty barbell. All right, and the bands fit in there somewhere, but it's one of those things. There's got to be a professional approach to that if you want peak performance. Now, if we're just talking about general fitness and health, fantastic. But if we're talking about beating other human beings in fitness, there's got to be a professional approach to that. And I see a lot of folks that are lacking in movement patterns or ranges of motion, or they might have ankle, hip, shoulder issues that are not acceptable but they're still not doing whatever it takes to get that done. And that is work. It's going to take some time, but that is not aggressive action.
That's not aggressive action. But also it's almost nonsensical to have, unless you are a very specific case, it's almost nonsensical to not warm up the range of motion that you know you're going to use that day. So let's say that your squat's not great. Tell me why you're not warming up by squatting. Tell me why you're not putting yourself in that range of motion. Tell me why instead of squatting, you're deadlifting and pressing that day when you know you're going to squat. So, and it's got to be specific enough that you know you're making the correct change. So if we're doing mobility for our overhead position, but it's not our overhead position that's bad, then why are we wasting our time? Focus on what you need to work on. Don't focus on the things that are easy. That's just laziness.
Yeah, and the coach can help you get there.
Coaches
right?
can, it's so simple.
Got a key example. You heard me talk about that this morning. That's and a coach can help you with that. If you can't take the criticism, positive or negative, then maybe being great's not in your near future. A couple of things I wanted, we talked about discipline. You gave out some awesome stuff with alcohol and sleep and nutrition wise. Pretty fair to say you're performance based, not cosmetic based.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, for the most part.
Enough carbohydrates to sustain your physical activity
absolutely.
level?
And that's the key.
Earning your carbs?
Yeah. Depending on the goal for that time period, then absolutely yes. When I'm not about to step on a scale in a week, I'm far more lenient. But I've got, or at least I've built a relationship enough with my body and with food that I know what I can have and when I can have it. And that just comes with experience, because I've gone, like I said, from 116 pounds at 11% body fat intentionally now. That wasn't an accident.
Losing weight to get to 116.
Losing weight to get to 116.
To compete at that weight class.
So that I could be a 53 kilo
So you know how to lose weight, know how to gain weight.
Yeah. And now I'm competing at 59, and it's much more fun.
And you're trying to
fill out 59.
Yep. So you're trying to gain muscle, trying to be, we joke around and use the word thick, but hey, you're trying to have muscle gains and put on as much muscle as you possibly can. So you've eaten for both different ways. You
yes,
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I tell the people all the time with a nutritional coach, that is huge. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you lose some weight, but I really don't even want to see you at that weight. Like, I get you to 140, cool, but fantastic. But performance-based, you're going to be a better athlete at 148 pounds.
Yep.
And vice versa for your situation. Hey, you're walking around at 120, you might as well do 116 weight class. Boom, here's the 4 pounds. A lot of discipline, tough times, aggressive action that went into getting to that 116, competed there for a little while, and then, hey, now we've got a little bit of wiggle room, but we don't want to be the lightest one in that weight class. We want to be performance-based. We want to be 59 kilos.
Absolutely.
And we want to be tough, strong, and we want to get the body ready to compete at that weight class. And we see this in MMA and boxing and stuff, and you don't want to fight at 185 pounds to be the dude that weighs 179 competing against the guy who weighs the 185. Guess what? What if that 6 pounds is all muscle? He's going to punch a whole lot harder than you can.
Absolutely.
In a barbell, the same exact thing happens. He's going to have a little bit more fight, a little bit more tougher. He's going to have his extension is going to sound a little bit more snappier than yours. He's going to have a little bit more force to work with.
Absolutely.
And so I tell the people in CrossFit, like, why are you sitting at 110? Well, why don't you get yourself, because the average weight for the females are 155. The average weight for the guys are 195. A lot of these guys, in season, off season might look like 210, 208, and then they go down to 195.
Yeah.
You got to get to those points, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things, like, if you're on the edge of wanting to lose weight, aggressive action. If you're one of the people that want to gain muscle, gain weight, aggressive action. You know what I mean? There's no lukewarm. You're either all in or you're all out or you're in the way.
Absolutely.
So, talking about it, get more aggressive with the shit that you want out of life. Stop playing shit safe and being so soft. I posted that this week. You stand by that? You believe in that?
Yeah. I can't recite it word for word. I won't be able to recite it word for word. My favorite, I'm going to Google this really quick. My favorite quote I have ever read. I'm going to find it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll while you're looking that up real quick, it's one of those things, like, we talk about periodization, out of a 12-month year, the macro approach to it is, hey, there's going to be a 3-month window, all in, no wiggle room, no lukewarm, all in to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
All right. I allow myself some more life balance in those other times, but it can't last all 12 months. Your burnout, injury will happen, or vice versa. You got to have a goal, something to chase after. But when it's time to turn the switch on, it's all in. There's no.
It is.
There's no cheating. There's no soda pop. There's no potato chips. There's no ice cream. There's no alcohol. There's no 5 hours of sleep. It is all in approach. Hungry.
And that should be the case. If you've got a goal, that should be the case, no matter what the goal is. If your goal is to win nationals, then everything you do needs to be to make yourself win at nationals. But if 10% of your life is not there, then 10% of your life might ruin that chance for you.
Absolutely.
So when I found it, the quote, it's my literal favorite thing I've ever read. It's Roald Dahl. I began to realize how important it was to be an enthusiast in life. If you are interested in something, no matter what it is, go at it full speed. Embrace it with both arms, hug it, love it, and above all, become passionate about it, because lukewarm is no good.
Wow.
Lukewarm does nothing for you.
Awesome.
Lukewarm is lazy. Lukewarm is interested, but lukewarm is not in love.
I can't coach those people.
It's not fun to coach those people.
Just can't. It's
hard to coach those people.
It looks like a hamster on a freaking wheel.
Yeah.
Just wasting,
Yep.
wasting, going nowhere. It's one of those things like, hey, man, you're either going to do this or I'm done helping you because you're wasting your time and my time.
Yep.
I've had that speech from many of people. Mm-hmm. Like, Mike, why don't you help me?
Because you're not there yet.
I've already seen some character traits that need to be worked on. I'm not going to run my mouth or say something that I'm not going to go 110% all in. It's just one of the things, that equals success in life, right? It's one of those things. I'm going to open up a business, going all in. Next 90 days, guys won't even see me. What are you doing, Mike? Got 16 hours a day going at it, doing whatever it takes. Mm-hmm. Whatever it takes. One other thing I wrote down, I asked Rob about, and I want to mention it too. If you come from less, you're going to have to do more. It is what it is. You got to handle your business.
Yep.
Scott wasn't, Division I best athlete on planet Earth, right?
Mm-mm.
Right. So
I was a mediocre Division II athlete at best.
Yeah, had to work for everything you've got in the fitness world, right?
Yep.
We couldn't even do our squatting literally started in 2015.
Yeah.
Our split jerk took years to develop.
When people say they can't do it, I laugh at them.
When your front squat 2 years ago has completely changed.
Whew.
Yeah, just incredible stuff. You're tall, you're very lean. Your levers are not suited for squatting. Right? It'd be a whole lot easier if that femur is a little shorter, right?
Oh, whew.
Absolutely. Does that make sense? Your tib and fib is maxed out and works against you in a squat.
I know I've said it to several people at the gym. Y'all are made for squatting. That's just me being a little bit jealous. Like, let's be honest here.
But you overcome that. You overcome
Absolutely.
those shortcomings in working with less.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have to do more. So, hey, it's one of those things like, squats for me 4 or 5 times a week. And I always tell the people, like, hey, you can do some weightlifting programming, but you're going to have to get your body used to squatting moderate to heavy 4 or 5 times a week. Mm-hmm. That's bare minimum, folks.
Yep.
That's bare minimum. There's some of these people who are squatting twice a day, 5 days a week.
Yep.
6 days a week. Those are Olympians, but we're not. We're farther behind than that. But it's one of those things. That's not a goal of ours, and we kind of know. We know our place. But if you can't do moderate to heavy squats 4 times a week, 5 times a week, I don't know if you're going to be great.
Yep.
Just put it that way. All right. I think we've covered a lot, and I know one other thing I want to talk to you about is being, discomfort, convinced that you're basically, what you're doing is not normal. It's probably not even healthy, right, of how hard you push yourself with stress from the physical demands that you do with fitness.
Yeah.
You're not on the right path, because you're pushing yourself, your body so hard. Learning to make lifts under heavy stress is a part of the training process.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I will have people take 90% 4 times a week. That's nothing. Bulgarians would literally go 90%
Daily.
8 to 10 times a week, morning session, afternoon session. All right, so getting that body to adapt to that stress, it's possible, it happens. It's possible, it happens. I tell people about ring muscle-ups, I want to get them. I practice it once a week, not going to cut it.
Doesn't do it.
That's like wanting to be good at golf and swinging a golf club once a week.
Ain't gonna do it.
Not going to cut it, guys. All right, so does that make sense? And like, I think when you get yourself, your body used to hitting big lifts under stress and fatigue during the training process, all right, that is where we make change. That discomfort is that stress that the body needs for growth and adaptation. Then we got to recover from it.
Yes.
And when people see the recovery phase of someone having a little bit of fun and stuff like that, they're like, oh, I can achieve my goal and still do that. No. We don't do that to get to our goal. You see a little bit of fun whenever we have success. You know, one of my favorite moments ever is in Orlando, Florida. I believe this was at Pan Am, so I took third place. Right? That is North Central and South America.
Yep.
Right? I came in third place. The picture that our group took in the pool afterwards, having a pool drink, I don't even know what it was. I had a coconut in my hand. Don't care, it's alcohol. It's not a part of what I do, right? But that is a picture of our celebration, of our moment, the champagne moment that we've had fun together. You know, vice versa, winning states, what'd that look like afterwards? We went to a burger joint, had a burger, french fries, had one alcoholic drink. That's our celebration, that's the fun time, right? And everyone thinks, you can't do that, guys, on a regular basis and hit peak performance or have great success. You can do that maybe locally in Wayne County or whatever, but not on big stages. That stuff cannot happen, right? We talk about working with less, you got to do more. You know, LeBron James can have a glass of wine every other night. He's at the top. He's already had the success. He's naturally and genetically gifted, right? This guy can get away with some of those things. So separating that line of having fun and what is aggressive action, some still haven't figured out yet. Some of them haven't even got into aggressive action mode ever, or they're trying to. And hopefully we can give them a little shove, a little bit of a push. If that's through nutritional counseling, if that's through personal training, through our group fitness classes, I see that a lot. You know, just with personal training, having a professional have eyes on you and help you get there, you got someone in your corner. Every time I've ever seen anyone fight professionally, they have people in their corner. They're not there by themselves. You've got to get yourself a team. You got to get a support staff that can help push you there to that next level of what it takes to get to greatness. We covered a lot of really good nuggets about performances, what you do, nutrition, what you do for sleep, what you base your nutrition off of, incredible disciplines that you have for yourself, and at a young age. You're going through some even more aggressive action of what you're currently doing. A few people know about it, but it is aggressive. It is an all-in approach.
Yep.
There's no lukewarm, no gray area, no cookie cutter. It is all in 110%, chasing that goal till it freaking happens.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Scott. It's pretty neat. It's funny. I told Dennis this like 2 months ago. I was like, man, when Scout moves on, it's not going to be for a lateral move. It's not going to be another gym. It's going to be something big. It's going to be something great, and you're down that path right now, and I'm super proud of you for that.
Thank you.
And that's aggressive action. Regardless, what are you doing? You're trying to manage the stress that goes along with chasing after success.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Last thing I want to ask you about, we've got just 90 seconds left, but teamwork, what does it mean to Scout Reagan, anything relative to fitness, life, or business?
Teamwork is playing to each other's strengths. Teamwork is knowing what you're good at and knowing what your partners are good at. And that could be in anything. That could be an athletic team. That could be work. That could be your romantic life partner. It's literally anything. Teamwork is playing to someone else's strengths. Specifically at work, I am not good at coaching gymnastics, so I'm not going to take somebody that is looking for that. I'm really good at coaching weightlifting, so I'll help you there. Awesome. But if you're going to ask me for gymnastics, please ask Joe.
Yeah,
it's not
point,
me.
Great point. Even with teamwork, You mentioned it, playing to each other's strengths in a team workout.
A team workout. I'm not going to take 50% of a row when I'm 5'2".
And I still listen to that.
And
I have that. I have to listen to that every week. Like, oh, we didn't split it up. He did a little more than me. I'm like,
that was a good thing to do.
bro, if my teammate was 5 foot tall, I'm letting them do the handstand push-ups. Hey, you can watch me row and ski, man. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, man, I want to. No. When you go to work today, you tell your boss, man, that, hey, buddy, I know you're great at this, but I want to do it. See how that works out for you. No, you play towards your strengths, any team situation, work, life, fitness. You play to those strengths. You put those people in those positions so they can shine. All right?
Call it what you want. Call it staying in your lane, knowing your friends. Call it what you want, but play to your strengths.
I've always said as soon as an athlete can realize where they're at, what they're good at, what they're bad at, that's when they can make the most growth.
Yep.
All right? Same thing with a team. I know what my team, my staff at CrossFit Goldsboro is good at, where we're weak at, what we're super strong at. Same thing with business-wise. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm weak at. I am not trying to do my CPA's job, guys. Oh, crap, her and me didn't split it up 50-50 this year. No. Here's the books. Here's the passwords to the freaking QuickBooks. You have the best time of your life. She just loves it. Loves it. Hey, Mike, blah, blah. She's telling me this, that, the other. Fantastic. 2 thumbs up, baby. You're really good at this. Keep rolling with it. Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Scott Reagan Anderson, thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Keep being a badass. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. Thank you.